Is this working? It says I'm live, but I'm not sure anymore. Is anybody here? But I'm not sure anymore. Huh. Don't know if this is working.
Service Now Dev program. Said. Are we back?
Are we back? Don't know how long I was offline. And I spoke through that whole time to explain where we were on this stream. So, what do I do?
Service Now Dev program. Said. What's with my coming back streams LOL? Service Now Dev program. Said. Internet SUX.
I can't tell if I'm back or not. Anyways, I guess keep going. Anyways, the app is on. I want a really quick. I just did a whole walkthrough on how I manipulated data to get more of these words in. But I don't know if that was on the stream or not. We'll find out later. Anyways, now really quick before.
Said. Have
Again?
you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy
Again?
XIV? With an expanded free trial which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heaven's Ward
Is it clear
expansion up to level 60
what I'm saying
for free with no
over
restrictions
your
on
copy
playtime?
pastas? Or,
Said.
and can you hear clearly
Back,
the
babe,
copy
I-
pasta at the same time? Like if I'm not talking?
Said.
Okay.
Yes, very clear.
I don't know. I don't know how far I got into explaining the rest of what I did to fill out this data table. Before
I can hear both very clearly. Good balance. Yes, yes.
Cool. Thanks, Titsav. I don't know how far I got into this app explanation.
Oh, I heard none of your explanation if it's worth anything.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so do I want to go over all that stuff again? What I basically did was I took ChatGPT and told me to give it a list of product features from ServiceNow, and then I egged it on and said, "Do better," and it gave me I wanted a lot more stuff, so I got that whole thing.
Said, "We're no strangers to love, you know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy."
Okay.
Said, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you."
I found the timeout button. I found it. "600 seconds." Okay, so I had that list of stuff. So what I did from here was I used a bunch of regex to get rid of stuff that I didn't need. So like there's some double lines, got rid of those. There were like parentheses that I got rid of. I think there was like commas that I got rid of. I got rid of some. Oh, there's some double lines still. Oh, oops, because I put. Oh, and then I did like spaces I got rid of to make them all in one line. Stuff like that. Just getting rid of a lot of extra stuff. And then I took that list, brought it into Excel, and did a remove duplicates. and got a bunch of unique values and got those, brought it into, I gave some examples of how to classify some of these words according to my data table, and then gave it the huge copy list that it made, and had it classify some of the words for me. And then I went into ServiceNow, went to my table, clicked on import, created an Excel template, and then filled out the form, and then imported all these records. So now I have all these records inside of here, and if I run it, I have all these new data. Response system is a new product. Assessment Platform 2.0 is the next ServiceNow product. Community Console Pro, just random silly names to document framework. Yeah, so that's all in there. But before we move on, I do want to make a service portal page for it. And I believe I already have some example widgets, so I'm going to start off from a different one. Am I in the right one? ServiceNow product. Yeah, okay. I'm in the right scope. How do I untime out Ditsiv? Because now it's too quiet, and I regret doing that. I actually don't know how to use mod settings, so this is bad. I want Ditsiv to come back. How do I unmute you? 10 minutes? Oh my gosh, how do I undo that? Untime out Ditsiv. You're back. Feel free to troll. I'll try to ignore it as much as I can. Oh my god.
Said. You'll regret it when you see Slack. Ditsiv. Said. Asterisk regretting it.
That's a really good image of you getting mod hit. Awesome. Well, welcome back. Love you. Okay. Let me clone this widget. And it's probably not on a page anymore, so I should probably give it a page. Can I do it like that? Will that work? I might need to make my own page. ServiceNow product name generator.
Ditsiv. Said. Earl, here have text-to-speech back even though there is historical evidence that Ditsiv is a punk. Ditsiv. Said. Also Earl, how do I time out Ditsiv for being a punk?
Yeah. It's just, I waver back and forth. I need a page for this.
Ditsiv. Said. You have literally done this to yourself. I have zero pity.
It's true.
Ditsiv. Said. Leroy Jenkins.
Yep. Yep. If you type in a long Leroy, does it say it really long? Let me try. Leroy Jenkins. Yeah. Yeah.
ServiceNow Dev Program. Said. Leroy Jenkins HYAA.
Didn't work out quite how I expected it to.
Ditsiv. Said. Leroy Jenkins.
That was kind of cool, actually.
Clarica 13. Said. Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Clarica is like, oh, I finally get to be on stream and see what they're all talking about, and then I turn on this feature and Ditsiv just ruins the experience for everybody.
Ditsiv. Said. Ditsav is a punk, 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 Ditsav is a punk. Ditsav. Said. Is broked. Ditsav. Said. Hi Clarica. Clarica 13. Said. Ha. Ditsav. Said. I have a serious question.
Do you?
Clarica 13. Said. Not is broked. Is awesome. Ditsav. Said. What team should I run for this week in Pokemon Sleep?
Gosh. 6 War Turtles.
Ditsav. Said. Is broke BC? It didn't say oh go.
This is, hi everyone joining in. This is going to be the entire stream. Just Ditsav abusing the text to speech.
Ditsav. Said. Ugugug.
Don't make it too inappropriate though. Please, I ask. This is actually because I've been putting these streams onto the YouTube, so just try not to make it atrocious. Please. I don't want to have to edit it, please. It takes too long to edit.
Ditsav. Said. I am Ellie hurt that you would think I would dote Dave.
You're not hurt, and you know it's true.
Ditsav. Said. Those are just monkey noises from my favorite streamer.
So bad. Gosh, I don't remember the name of this page.
Ditsav. Said. Bleep blue.
I'm going to remove the word service now from all of these.
Ditsav. Said. Do you dun 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 boom dun 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 beep dun 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 dun.
Cool.
Ditsav. Said. Bro, that even sounded like the root sandstorm.
Okay, that works.
Ditsav. Said. Day da 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 NYU 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 new NYU 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 do 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 n n n n n n n n n n n n n n n d d d d d d d d da 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 boom. Ishan Shower. Said. LOL. Ditsav. Said. I stop now.
Okay, real talk though. Real question. Like, is the volume of the text to speech coming out to you all much lower to the point where that isn't annoying if you're just a random person watching? And like, why would I want to listen to this? Like, is it low enough to not be annoying? That's what I'm wondering.
Ishan Shower. Said. It sound like that GR song.
You mean this song?
Ishan Shower.
Chestnut cheese.
Said. Growling. Clarica 13. Said. I think so.
If you're, hey Ishan, if you,
Ishan Shower said, yes, without the music, just sound.
yeah, if you've never been to this stream before,
Arnitsidal
if you
said,
look at the, hey
love the
Arnie,
TR song.
if you look at the channel description underneath where it talks about like the little panels where it says what you can do in chat, there's a bunch of like random hidden things in this chat that you can activate. Like if you say vargr, so some of those things like what, yeah, did say you're supposed to do photo, which is the one that gives me a warning. I think you have to do without a.
RGR Service Now Dev Program said,
Oh, that's
Ishan
why.
Shower, you do not have enough currency to run. Vargr LOL
So there's a couple of them that interrupt me like immediately, like vargr interrupts me.
said, OMG, it costs money now.
Yeah,
Service Now
so
Dev Program
I think there's a currency one too.
said, Ishan Shower, you do not have enough currency to run. Vargr LOL
Yeah, it costs
Service
currency.
Now Dev Program said, Ditsev score is 950.
Yeah, so you
Service
probably
Now
have
Dev
enough
Program
now, Ditsev.
said,
You still, so yeah,
Service Now Dev
Snap
Program's
and
currency is
vargr
810.
interrupt me.
Service Now Dev Program
So
said,
I
Ditsev's
put a
currency is
currency to it,
740.
and if you run out of currency, you
Ishan
can't use it
Shower
anymore. But if you want to do the other ones like photo,
broke
photo gives me a
LOL.
warning.
Ditsev said, Gasp. Service Now Dev Program said,
See, so photo
Cleric
is
of
free.
13's
Anybody could do
currency is
photo.
170.
But there's a bunch of different commands. So this I did this over the course of like 10 streams, making this little app that controls the chat, Twitch, my streaming platform, and the visuals you see on this, stuff like that. So a bunch of these things, the like silly ones like say donut, the SN devs makes the donuts appear. There's a little lamp up top that lights up there. There's a little lamp. If you type in exclamation point light, it turns the light on. Stuff like that. Drama. I think drama's free. I think drama's free. SN devs with a E.
Ditsev said, is there a costs command?
Oh, the
Cleric of 13 said,
I think I made
Rats.
it just a flat
Ditsev
fee.
said, PLS make. Nightbot said, join the SNDev Slack community at https://invite.sndevs.com.
I think it's at like a flat 500. I can't remember how much we made it cost. It was a while ago now. I don't remember how much it cost. I think it's in the scripted REST API. I have to go look. And then exclamation point drama is another free one.
Said, is there any way for you to make it so it only reads specific messages?
I probably, I don't know. This is the first time I turned on text to speech, so it's just reading everything. I haven't configured it at all. But if it gets annoying, just tell me and I'll just turn it off for this stream.
Ditsev said, I think it'd be worth it to look into this. I don't want all my messages read necessarily.
Yeah, I think I mean, most places will do like a text to speech queue and stuff like that.
Ditsev said, not annoying. I just think it's super disruptive for you.
I'll turn my volume down and try to ignore it if I'm trying to focus. So I'll do that. Okay, so this page is working out. I don't want to spend some time on here linking it to
Said, LOL.
source control because that's boring. So I'm just going to get rid of that part on here, and then that works. And I'll put that in the Slack channel. What we just made. Oops, I should have probably sent it. All right, cool. Okay, so let's move on. So one of the next thing I want to make.
Said,
it's not public. I thought I did.
Page not public. Ditsev said,
Oh,
prompting
okay.
for login.
I must have not saved when I was editing it. Okay, it works now. It should work now. There it is. Okay, it works. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next thing I want to make guess I could talk about it first. The next thing I want to make is going to be what I make over the course of several weeks now.
Ditsiv. Said. Glowing star agile library glowing star.
I gotta probably tweak the script for that to make it not repeat the same word over and over again. But I'll look into that another time. But so the next thing I'm going to work on is a project that I want us to work on for July. And so my team in developer advocacy, developer relations, community marketing, from like January up to May, we're just busy with knowledge and planning knowledge, which is a conference, and all that jazz. And after that, we all kind of disappear for a hot minute until the next release comes out, and then we go back into content creation. And then I get busy again because I do Hacktoberfest with a bunch of people. And then I also try to participate just for a little bit for Admin of Code. So we have an October thing and we have a December thing. But from June all the way to October, it's kind of like we are either recovering from knowledge or we're planning content for the next release and or we're doing content for the next release. But I wanted to do something for the summer. And so my current projects outside of the normal things I work on, so in addition to all the things I normally work on, for the month of June, I'm going to get back into making shorts because it was well received during LinkedIn.
I gotta tell you what I want to do this summer. We seem to have very similar ideas.
Do you even know what my idea is? I don't even know if you know my ideas. But so for June, I'm going to do shorts again and create skits and record them. And in fact, right after this stream, after I eat lunch, I'm going to create another skit and post it online. They aired a bunch of my YouTube shorts and TikTok videos before the CreatorCon keynote. It was pretty well received. People told me I need to make more. So I have a few ideas. I'm going to film them, get this posted. Try to be regular about it for June.
Clarica 13.
Yeah.
Said, yes. More skits. Harneetsidal.
Yeah, so I have a plan for one today. So
Love
if
the
you
skits.
if you're still awake in a few hours, you'll probably see a new short and TikTok and or I might post it on LinkedIn. I don't know, it's hard because LinkedIn I usually try to film landscape just because it's easier for people to view. Because they watch it in feed as opposed to full screen. So I've been trying to plan around that. I have ideas. I'll figure it out. But for July, what I want to do as a community project initiative for people to participate in. I'm still asking if I can get some funding for like gifts and swag for people that participate. But what I want to do, I'm working on it, I'm going to be working on it on stream, is I want to build, and this idea came from William, so props to him. But I want to create a prompt library for anybody that works in that does ServiceNow stuff, whether they're a developer, admin, architect, end user, business analyst, etc. I want to create a prompt library for generative AI. And so one of the things that I use generative AI so much in my day-to-day now. A year ago, I was telling people like, hey, if you're not utilizing generative AI, you are missing out. This was a year ago. I was telling people like, hey, we're at a point where if you're not utilizing this stuff to make your life easier, you're going to be playing catch up. And all the people that were using it, had the benefit of people not realizing that we were streamlining a lot of our processes or a lot of our day-to-day work. And so it looked like we were ahead. So it was a perfect time a year ago. And now it's a lot more ubiquitous. A lot more people know about it. I don't think a lot of people still use it. So even though we talk about AI so much within this company and in tech, there's actually a surprising amount of people that don't use it ever at all. But what a prompt library is, it comes from the Discord. So there's an OpenAI Discord, and in there, they have a channel where it's just the best prompts. And the prompts are stuff like copy and paste this into ChatGPT for it to run a
Clerica13
great
said, I
D&D
am one of the
campaign.
people. I forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to get in the habit of recognizing when it might make my life easier.
And so one of the hard parts for people to Clerica, this is great. I'm glad you said that. One of the things that makes it hard for people to participate and realize they can use ChatGPT is just knowing what it can do for them. But a prompt library really helps people see the possibilities. For example, in if Ditsev is still watching, in UI Builder, when they created data binding, it not only helped for people to have a visual element to connect the data elements in UI Builder, but it also helped in discoverability of like, oh, this is the kind of data I can connect. And just having a list of things there helps people know what they can do as opposed to just a blank slate. And right now, if I'm looking at ChatGPT, it is a blank slate essentially. There's a chat box. They have some examples in here, but that doesn't. I mean, I honestly don't ever look at that. My mind, I'm like in a UX perspective, I don't even look at those anymore. Like I don't even see them. So I don't even know if if this is the same as it was yesterday or the last time I refreshed or from a year ago. No idea. So having a prompt library will help people explore what they can do. And a good ServiceNow prompt could be something like, hey, copy and paste this prompt into here and then fill out a few of these blanks and then press enter. But it could be stuff like, I am a business analyst working for a customer that utilizes ServiceNow, and we want to write a story to build out this feature that we want to make available to these customers. Help me create a story that both has that fleshes out a plan, helps me build requirements, helps me create benchmarks and milestones for this, and then here are my notes so far. Organize it into a coherent story that I can copy and paste into Agile development or Jira or wherever you do this kind of stuff. Yeah, like a block of text that will help me add these, and then the really nice tidbit at the very end. Also, include anything that might have missed that is important to these kind of stories or important to these kind of features. Stuff like that. Things it helps you write out the story. It helps you organize your thoughts that might have just been in bullet points in a list. And then also it finds the things that you might have missed on typical stories like this. So that's a prompt that could really help a business analyst. Other prompts could be, I need to take a break from work and I want to play a Dungeons and Dragon like story, but I want everything to be themed around ServiceNow. Here are some important concepts that you should try to incorporate into what the names of people are or monsters that I might meet, and I want you to walk me through an entire D&D campaign story. But people have designed prompts for ChatGPT that is very robust, like thousands of words to really train the AI on how to walk you through that kind of stuff. So I really want to make a prompt library. So remembering what OpenAI did and recalling what the idea that William Zeller mentioned. I think here's the message. He said, because I asked on the generative AI channel, I asked, hey everybody, what would be a fun community thing for people to do in July? Because of and I want to do this in July because JulAI, get it? JULAI, AI July. I thought it was really cute, so I'm aiming for July for this. But William said a contest for the perfect prompt for our day-to-day work life, and that reminded me of the OpenAI library, the prompt library. So that's what I want to build. I want to build a way for people to create prompts and submit them, and then people can vote on them, fork them, improve on them, and then show original author credit, etc., all the way through. And then hopefully by the end of July, we will have this really cool library of ServiceNow related generative AI prompts that people can utilize in their day to day. And so in this app, I had all these ideas of like, how can we allow people to submit? How can we let people vote on what are good ones? How can people improve on previously submitted ones, but still give credit to the original people that started the thread? All this stuff. So I'm going to try to build this inside ServiceNow. Oh, and bounties. Like I want to give people ideas of where to start. Like we need someone to submit, like, I guess categories. Like we need prompts for writing stories. We need a prompt for a D&D adventure related to ServiceNow. I need a prompt for how to assist the Now Assist generative AI script writer in a more robust way. Stuff like that. Things that we can let people use and copy and paste into either ChatGPT or in ServiceNow's offerings. It's not ServiceNow Now Assist stuff that I'm going to be talking about mostly on this. This is just like generative AI. Whatever, if it's ChatGPT that you use, if it's Claude. It's Monday. I forgot. It's going to get noisy here. A lot of people do yard work on this street on Monday. It's going to get really noisy. I forgot about that. But yeah, so I want to build that. Sweet. Y'all following along still? Is that okay? Okay, cool. I'm just going to start working on it. I did ask ChatGPT at one point to help me flesh out my idea a little bit.
Said, yeah, I just don't want to chat cause I don't want to hear the audio thing. Sad face. Sray.
I'll turn it down. Let me just turn it down. Here, it's even lower now. Feel free to chat as much as you want. It's soft now, so at least people know that I'm hearing something. That's why I'm like looking around and pausing. I turned the volume down another 10 decibels. Where was that thing? Yeah, so here is my prompt for a prompt that I asked. I was like, hey, I'm going to create a prompt library database. I wanted it to give me some ideas on how to handle, like, do I do votes? Do I do forks?
It's not about being low or not.
Yeah, so I was just wondering what I should do about it. Yeah, do I do both? Do I do forks and voting? Do I do like a heads up competition at the end? So I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And some of the things it suggested was good, like making sure to give original author credit. That's a good thing. What was some other things? It talked about weighted voting. I was like, oh, maybe that's a good idea. We'll see about that though. I did like the section down here that it said, like, here's a implementation example workflow. A person submits it. It goes into a moderation queue, which I think is a good idea, because if it's going to be a public portal, then I want to make sure it's not atrocious. Then people can vote on it, and then from there, just keep moving forward. But at least I want to make sure those first things.
Create an app with stories for people to follow along, and then use that app for Hacktoberfest. Laughing face. I just haven't come up with a good app yet.
Okay, just don't make it a prompt library, and then we're all set. I also plan on opening Hacktoberfest early this year. So Laszlo and myself have been chatting. Shout out to Laszlo if you're there, or watching this later. But I think what I want to do with Laszlo is, because post knowledge, a lot of people asked Laszlo, like, hey, how did you get from here to there? Like, Laszlo has been doing stuff for the community for a while now. And then he exploded even more, and then he suddenly was MVP. Like, he was doing stuff for a while, but then he ramped up really fast and became an MVP for ServiceNow community, which was awesome to see. And so people were asking him, like, how did you get from here to there? And I really want to make sure that people have more volunteer opportunities, because Laszlo kind of just like fell into the volunteer opportunity for Hacktoberfest. He saw a thread on Slack where I was like, hey, I'm looking for volunteers to help me with this. And he was the only non MVP at the time to respond to it. And I was like, jump on in here, buddy. And that really got him involved, at least with the initiatives that I was doing. And so what we're going to do for Hacktoberfest is we're going to ask for people to start volunteering early to create projects for Hacktoberfest and either build things on their own or build things as a team and have apps that people can work on once Hacktoberfest rolls around. And we'll try to do like sending out that CreatorCon t-shirt like we did last year, the cool 10-year anniversary one as a prize. But getting involved and feeling like you have more of a stake than just participating is a really good way to get involved in the community, get involved in taking a little bit further step in, and also just qualify for MVP stuff. But like that's not the point. Like we were having fun building stuff. We were having fun maintaining these repositories and get people to actually build stuff and have fun doing that. So that's what Laszlo and I also plan on doing. I have a lot of plans. I don't know why I made myself so much more busier than I usually do during these summer months, but I just wanted to make sure. I just felt bad that we didn't really have that much cool community stuff going on during the summer, so I want to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump in. I chatted. I mean, I guess I'm talking about it. This is a good planning stage. I'm trying to talk about it. I had an Obsidian note somewhere that talked a little bit more about what I wanted to make. I can't remember where I put it. I guess I should make a scope. So you don't have any ideas yet for your app yet? It's your July plan for UNI Builder. Oh, okay. So we just had. Okay, so yeah, I'm building my app this month, and you're gonna build an app next month for Hacktoberfest. But my app is for next month, not for necessarily for Hacktoberfest. Well, I guess it could be a Hacktoberfest app too, if people want to improve it. So that's cool. ServiceNow. JulAI prompt.
Actually, hearing you talk about it made me realize maybe I can make my K23 automation into an app.
Well, K23 automation? Which one? Another thing that I want to make sure I do for these streams from now on is go a little bit slower. I have this tendency to think when I'm doing a live stream that I need to be efficient and go quickly and really fast. And that's like not real. So that's a weird image.
Let me take a selfie with them. Then it emailed it out to both of us with my contact info. I joked about making it a lab for K24 and never got around to it. Maybe I can make it in YIBL, post it for Hacktoberfest, then make the lab.
Yeah, my hope for any Hacktoberfest app is really just as long as it's easy to participate in. And so it doesn't need to be as easy as code snippets to participate in, but you're really good at this, Ditsev, so this is not to you. But the app either needs to be easy to participate in, or if it's hard to participate, at least have good documentation that people could follow so that it is easy to follow through. Good, you're good at the documentation part, is what I'm saying. Like how to get people started in it you're actually really good at providing that. Give me 1 second. Let me. I'm very cognizant of showing my screen when my dialog prompts open up for like when I download files or open up or attach files, because I've been like doing a lot of HR stuff recently, so I don't want to accidentally show any names on stuff for like people's looking at people's resumes and that kind of stuff. I don't want to accidentally reveal people's stuff. Oh, dumb. You can't save this image as a... Why does it have to be a web file? Ugh. I am just going to screenshot it. And it's noisy in my background. Hooray. Yeah, I did snip it. I just did. So let me just download, save it real quick. Alright, cool. Let me bring back my screen. Okay, it's back. So I have the image there. I don't think I need a custom role, because anybody that logs in. So I'm gonna put this on an instance that has SSO. So I don't have to worry about user onboarding or user registration, because if you SSO in, you'll have access. So I only need an admin role and maybe a maintainer role. Yeah, the moderator role.
Moderator.
I can do that later. Yeah, I might as well just add it. Approves prompts. It approves initial prompts. Okay. Okay, doke. Ernie, how you doing? Oh, your app built to create. Oh, I forgot I'm in a... I really should start these apps not on the SNC one. What did I call it? Service now. This has happened to me 3 times on this channel already. So I'll delete the EHD after it, but I let it force my name into it at least. It's so loud. It's so loud. Okay, cool. Nice.
It's nice and quiet here, and lovely weather too, unexpectedly for London.
Yeah. We're about to hit the scorching months for my city, where like a good day is 90 degrees and a typical day is 100 degrees Fahrenheit or higher every day for weeks. So I'm not looking forward to it, but we're getting there. Okay, so real quick, I just need to think about the tables that I want to do. So I'm going to have a prompt table. The user table is taken care of, so I'm not going to think about that. And I'll think about which ones need to be task extended or an application table later. Maybe a voting table to track him. Or What else do I need? And this in Markdown, why isn't it giving me the... It's not auto-creating the line breaks. Okay. What else do I want in here? I want people to be able to make forks. But that would just be on the prompt table again as a just parent. Do I need to move approvals to a separate table? No, I don't think so. I want... There's another table I was thinking of. I'm trying to think of what I was missing on it. Maybe comments and keep it separated? No, because comments, I probably should just keep the comments as a actual comment.
Table for results of the prompt.
Oh, like actual testing? Yeah, I guess I can hook this up to the API and actually like once a day trigger it, or maybe like 7 after enough things get on initial submission, it gets auto result. Yeah. What do they call it when you... What's the word? There's a word for generative AI prompt results. What is that word? Not responses. Is it responses?
Response.
I thought there was another word for it. Yeah.
/__/.
You know what I'm just realizing now? I turned on the text-to-speech thing because my prompter chat wasn't working for like months. Because I have a prompter and it has a feature a teleprompter that has a feature where it displays your Twitch chat on the prompter itself, so that if you're reading chat, you could be looking at it. But that wasn't working for like a month or two when I was doing these streams. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work today, so I turned on text-to-speech. But now they're both working. Output. I don't think it's output either. It might... Is it? I'll just leave it as response for now. I guess technically it's a test response table. What is it called in Postman?
Generated response.
In Postman, there's a term for when you have like example stuff. Oh, my Postman's wanting me to log in. I'll look at it later. Oh, there it is. Load. Oh, come on, load.
Expected response.
Expected response. We'll just... Yeah, we'll leave it at I like response for now. Okay, so if a prompt table, a voting table, response table...
Eric's def. Said.
Right.
But that would be different than what the actual response would be.
Oh, categories / bounties.
Said. Keeping it more generic to response / output sounds good.
Yeah, thanks guys. Okay, the categories table is another one. I think, is that it for now? We can work from there. So prompt should be task. Vote doesn't need to be. Response doesn't need to be. Categories and bounties could. And the reason that we want this to be task is mostly for the comment editor. There's no reason. There's nothing internal that I need for like visual task boards. I guess having the built-in states and stuff like that is okay. Vote table doesn't need any of that. Response table doesn't need any of that. Categories doesn't, but when I call it bounties, it kind of feels like a task. But it's more bounties as in terms of like idea category. It's not really it's not actually a task. Okay, so I'll just leave it. I think those are good for. We'll make this task extended, and the rest are that. And I don't think I need a application file table for any of this. Okay. So prompt table, the prompt, the author.
Eric's death. Said. Do you need to keep track of which LLM a prompt is for?
I noted it down. We'll see if we evolve that way because I wanted it to be like try to make your prompt as usable across anything that has a generic prompting ability, a chat interface. So whether it's Google, if it's Gemini or Cloud or Claude or ChatGPT.
Ditsu. Said.
Bye, Ditsev. You're a punk. Ditsev is a punk. So the prompt, the author. Prompt, reference, user reference. Probably could use like a score aggregate field.
Eric's death. Said. Are votes only up or are there down votes too?
I was probably should only be up, right? Most communities have moved toward only doing upvote for a reason. Let's keep things less toxic and just do upvote.
Ishak Shilver. Said.
Maybe like a fave table? Should we make it so that people can instantly like see all the ones they favorited so that they can come back to this as a reference? Probably. That sounds like a good idea. We'll put that down here for as a nice to have.
Eric's death. Said. Yes.
Um, for like the categories table, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Harneetsidal. Said. For the prompt table slash.
The prompt table is just storing the
Tab.
prompts, so not necessarily.
Do we need a reference to another table to be able to inject record information into the prompt? Like short underscore description.
Do we need a reference to another table to be able to inject record information into the prompt? Like, inject record information. I think we can get away with like
Eric's depth. Said. Think about the existing record summary or resolution notes.
yeah, I was thinking of doing like because I don't want it to be too in the weeds. That's what I was thinking about. So I was thinking just have people have a generic tell people like, hey, if you have a thing of like you're gonna insert your information here, like we'll have a notation for that. Because likely they are running these things outside of the instance anyways. So not necessarily like it being integrated. Maybe an instructions one if they want to include instructions. Yeah, maybe an instructions one. So like I can have this huge long copy and paste prompt, but you should have like good instructions, like kind of like how GPT
Said. Instructions
yeah, or description, I like
is
that.
good.
Kind of like in when you make your own GPT now, it's like you can train it and you can have it have example prompts, but you also need the description walks the person through what to do. Even as simple as like make sure to replace this field with your actual data and not just copy and paste this thing. But some of them might be just copy and paste and run, and you're good to go. Oh, here's another thing I don't know how to handle. I haven't thought about it because there's so many different ways. Can people edit their previous one, or should they once they submit it, it's locked and they should just fork or like fork off of it? So like how I guess I need to like visualize this for how everyone. So what I want it to look like is if there's a prompt, a person will have their all the thing they did it, but if a person says like, oh, I think I can improve on this, they would fork that and it would create a new one but retain original authorship as like a footer underneath it, and you can click to it and see what the original prompt was, and also like all other contributors and like the latest fork before this one and the original fork as a some like what it has become. But what if the person who submitted one wants to go in and say like, oh, I really want to edit mine, should I let them edit it, which means I need to add like version and what you updated and stuff like that, or should they just be a continuous contributor on that fork path downward on their own submission? I kind of like the latter just because it will make it easier to keep things tidy. think I'll go for that for now. So no
Eric's
way.
F said, that feels like something that could only really work with an idea of minor edits can go to the org, but major is a form.
Right,
Eric's
which makes
F
it,
said,
again, we're getting in the weeds
asterisk
now.
org.
Like, that's a lot of additional features that I don't want to have to keep track of. Because, and you know how people just don't actually follow it. Like, that happens on the community all the time. People never, like, hardly ever put minor edit on things that should be minor edits, and then things that should,
Eric's F
yeah.
said,
Exactly. That's
let's
I'm
just
trying
do
to.
what Git
I'm
inside
using the
of
word
Git.
fork very loosely instead of like, oh, I'm just implementing Git inside of it. Which I thought about that doing too, not making an app. Just putting it on GitHub as like pages, and people keep forking off of those. But I don't know. I want to make a portal out of this because I think it would be a cute place for people to go to. I don't know. I think that's a pretty solid. I think that's a solid start. Yeah. Thanks, Harneet. Thanks, Eric, for sticking around. Ishan, you're there too. Thank you for helping me ideate a little bit on these things. If you want to, if you want to be in a more official capacity, let me know. So I always like putting people's names to these kind of things. You helped me figure out some of the architecture, and I'm gonna put your name on, saying like you helped me make these things, because you did, and you should get credit for that. Yeah. What else? So the next time when I stream, I want to try to work on this more than just during the Twitch stream. So I'm gonna try to only work on it during the day, and I'm gonna try to stream every time, unless I get too busy and then I just need to get it done, because that happens. Because I have a lot of stuff. So we'll see. But at any rate, yeah. Hopefully turns out to be a fun thing and get people to participate. I think a lot of people will participate the moment I get approved for like swag. that's just how it always is. It might be too late. Hopefully it's not too late. So I gotta go ask
Eric's
about it.
F said,
Yeah.
100%.
Or you know what? If I can't get a badge on the community, might be good enough too. People have done crazy things for badges too.
Said, thank you, Earl, for doing these.
Yeah, I thought it would be a fun thing for our community to do. Plus, it would be very useful once we get a good prompt library out there.
Said, yeah, people love badges and stickets.
I
said, asterisk t-shirts.
Oh, t-shirts. I thought you were saying stickers. I was like, stickets. Yeah, well, I'll ask you about that. I'll get that conversation started now. Yeah, at least the badge. That's an easy, no money one. Like, I don't need budget for that one, so I can at least get that conversation started immediately, which I'll do right now. Yeah, I'll do that right now before I forget to do it. Cool. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. I'm so tired. Between Friday and Saturday, I drove for 17 hours. So it's been a long weekend. We're going to make like 12. I'm going to drive like another 12, 14 hours on this coming weekend. So I'm a little tired.
Ouch.
And then the weekend before this past weekend, I was in Seattle with the kids. So that was rough.
Said, gonna log off now. Good to have you back, Earl.
Thanks. Take it easy, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Where's my button? There it is.